What's up, everybody? Raxzilla here with Entropic Dev and King Troll, Pete Nub. Watching Pete play a little bit of Torque Bow Tag here.
Jim is reading the hate on Twitter.
Yeah, Jim's getting caught up on some Twitter fun. So let's see what can we talk about today. So this is a little bit different order than we normally start. And I want to start by talking about the weekend event because we'll change that over tomorrow, and then talk a little bit later about test server and some other things that we may try since that'll happen after the weekend event. So we have this weekend Brothers to the End, TDM, backed by
Popular request.
Yeah, demand is one that we've heard you guys ask for a lot in recent weeks. So we're going to make that one a reality for this weekend in a special event playlist, and then switch over to back to test server. So look out for that, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. But so we also have a little bit of other news just in terms of content. Obviously, the big thing that comes up every single week when we...
no, wait, don't save that for the end, man.
No, I want to...
No, we can't talk about that. Don't even say anything.
I want to talk about it now.
Lay it all out there, my friend.
Okay, so people have been asking us every week about when are maps coming, when's content coming. We get asked a lot about the Maxim map. When will we find out about the Maxim map, Jim?
Hopefully, can I give a date?
Yeah.
Hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah.
There will be an announcement about the new Overrun map that's coming for the new Maxim map.
Yeah, I don't like...
It is not going to be Capital. That was actually the name changed. So it will be an Overrun map, not called Capital. The name actually changed during development. Not a big deal, but it's still coming, and you'll hear more about it tomorrow.
Yep, and so it is a Overrun map, and yeah, the map's not coming tomorrow, but you will hear about it tomorrow. Probably early morning Eastern time is when we'll get that up. So essentially there will be a post on Epic Games community site that'll kind of outline the details about the map that you'll then be able to check out. So what are they saying, Jim?
Yay! It's back and forth. People are glad there's more maps, and then there's people saying we want execution. There are still more. There's still another full DLC coming that is chock full of standard multiplayer maps and Overrun maps, just like the other ones in the past. So there's more of each coming, more variety coming.
Okay, and since you mentioned that there will be another...
Hey, was that a good segue?
DLC. Yeah, see how it goes. So
Someone wants your hat, so I'm looking at it.
there's
Oh, there
two questions about that. One, when will we actually learn more about what's in that DLC? And then two, even though that point is not right now, can you tell us something about that DLC?
I don't know. Your first question, when can we...
Next week.
Oh, okay. So more information coming apparently next week. I was unaware
so
of this.
we're gonna get to that answer pretty quickly. You know, the hope is by this time next week that you guys will have more information about what's going to be in that DLC pack.
More specific information.
Yeah, don't have like a specific day for you yet, but that's the plan right now.
Cool, that's good to know.
Is to tell you about it next week. But
the one good thing
but can you
is
tease something out?
we have said all along that pack will contain maps, which is a given, and some other stuff, and the big thing there is that it comes with a new game type, and that game type is going... I'm not going to say what it is yet. We don't want to give anything away, but we did get approval today to tell you guys that it is going to be a single objective team-based game type. So that is something that I know a lot of people have been looking forward to, and hopefully now kind of curious to see what goes on in the
I'm
stream.
just gonna ask you what they're saying in the chat. So
Yeah.
I was like a grown up this week for like the first time ever in life. So like I can't actually from where I'm sitting read what it says in the chat from here. And
Oh,
so That's
no.
why I go.
Your
here.
eyes
So-
are going?
So I went to the doctor, the eye doctor, and on Monday, and they were like, "Hey, when's the last time you had an eye exam?" And I was like, "When's the first time I had an eye exam?" And so I will probably by this time next week be wearing glasses so that I can actually see what it says in the chat. But for now, I'm just gonna ask you. So that I don't have to, since you're already leaning forward.
I can
Cover
read
the
it.
team,
It
I can
says
see
Pete's
far
pretty
away, you can see
handsome.
close.
I'm seeing a lot of that actually. Yeah. No, everybody's they're saying they're blind too. If I can.
So will there be a Lancer Nasher loadout at all? Oh, they're behind a little bit
What are you
behind.
talking about? I got it right now, kid.
Yeah, Pete's
Kid.
Pete's got.
Such a troll.
And then decide.
Pete's making it.
Yeah, Lancer Nasher is now live in service. Although I did hear it wasn't in ranked. Is that a bug that we fixed?
Send me a YouTube.
Yeah.
with or without sound. Is it? It's meant to be right now in ranked though, right? I mean, if somebody's trying to play in ranked and they're
Yeah.
not seeing it, why?
Reboot your box, and if
Wow.
it's still there, let us know. No, so yeah,
I will look into it if it is found to be non-functioning.
Is anybody in the let's ask the chat? Is anybody playing it in ranked? Ranked execution and privates don't have dual loadout, so we know that it's not in private.
yeah,
'cause that
privates will come with the next title update, which hits with the next DLC.
Ranked execution, I'll have to double check then.
Yeah, we'll have to check that. It looks like people are saying that it's not in ranked.
Okay, that's an oversight. My bad.
All right, we'll get that one
Jim?
fixed.
It's time for that.
It's time for what?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, very good.
Yeah, I'm a little out of touch. I've been on vacation for a week, so hey, I'll start playing again tonight, and then I'll be able to see for sure whether that's actually going on or not.
Yep. So, but yeah, basically this time next week, hopefully we'll have a lot more stuff in specific to talk about all the content that you guys are going to be able to check out, including,
Single objective game type. I'm gonna
Yes.
say it again. Single objective game type. People have been asking for it, so I hope that makes people happy.
Yep, and then we'll know exactly what it is next week. So, what else can we talk about? Yeah, I mean, so there was one thing that I wanted to just sort of clarify, just because I've been seeing some questions about it on Twitter, which is, you have this long post that seemed to be pretty well received on the forums with all of the changes, including the loadout changes and what we're doing with Stim and stuff like that, and people seem to be, for the most part, pretty happy with that. But there's some other things that we're doing that are not going to come until the TU, right? Which is that the prize box changes that people are
Right.
looking for, and again, loadout changes not being in private. So some of that stuff that's in there, it's a long post, but it is explicitly called out in the post. But just want to reiterate that not everything that's on that list can be done until the
Immediately,
TU. Yeah,
yeah.
and so definitely, I mean, if you're not sure about something, it is actually listed in the post. But that the two things that I've been asked about a lot in the last few days specifically are the prize box changes and the loadout changes in private. Those are specific to the TU.
Yeah,
so
and
that's
then-
why you're not seeing them.
And there's a couple other minor things like ammo levels in the Nasher,
Such a troll
clip
spot.
size
Wow.
in the
I've
Lancer,
never seen that.
and grenades and ammo boxes. Right now, we can make those changes, but we have to make them universally. We can't just throw them in the test server. So we've kind of been holding off a little, although we may want to do the grenade thing just to see how it plays, because that, I don't know. I want to see how that affects. If we make that change and it's good, I want to make sure it gets into private matches, which means we need to do it before the TU. So
Yeah, so
that one we may push live across all servers just to see how
Yeah,
it's
so
received.
what's the stuff? Basically, we have just a little bit of time left to block stuff so that it'll be, like you said, for
Okay.
private. What's the additional stuff? Like, we have Brothers to the End, TDM this weekend. Is there stuff that either in test server next week or globally that will change to test so that we can lock down that stuff for
Yeah,
that's kind of a list of
I wanted to do Lancer, Nasher, and ammo boxes were the 3 things I wanted to do in the test server, but we have to make those changes universal if we're going to try them right now. After the TU, we'll be able to do more
Nasher
with that.
being the ammo.
Yeah, bumping up another clip in the Nasher, removing 2 from the Lancer, and pulling grenades out of ammo boxes. Right now, those can only be done universally. The other thing that we can do after the TU that I want is we can adjust weapon swaps per playlist. Right now, there's weird limitations on what we can and can't do there. So all that'll be sorted after the TU as well. Because then we can start doing things like, hey, instead of having 500 boom shots in this map, we'll have 499 and make one of them a frag pickup instead, because that'll be more fun.
Oh,
First blood, look at that.
That was amazing.
I feel like
Ooh,
Failure.
oh, why didn't you?
There is no martyr anymore. It's done.
It came up.
Yeah, I know it doesn't do anything though. That's the point.
You're trolling yourself.
All right, so the other thing, I mean, again, this is a pretty short list of stuff this week, but the one other thing that you and I talked about earlier today was about survival. I know you had some question about, we've talked about default difficulty setting for survival and whether or not people...
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask everybody here. That's your bonus for showing up today and listening to us. Is you get to help us make the call. In survival mode, we've gotten a lot of feedback that it's just too darn hard because it's in hardcore mode by default. What do people think about that, or should we go to normal? If we go to normal, it'll be a lot easier to get a lot of the achievements and things like that we have in there. But we'll get a whole slew of people saying, "Oh, it's too easy and not worth playing." But I don't know. I could go either way on that. So, what do you all think? No, we will not put it up to insane. We may do that for an event, but that will not be the default difficulty.
Everyone says insane.
Sounds good to me.
Normal. I'm seeing a lot of normal.
I mean, this is something that we can essentially change at will, though. Anyway, right? It's like
Yeah.
if we change it to normal and
They're saying make it Pete difficulty.
Yeah. Casual it is. Oh, come on, shield this.
Oh.
You got sandwiched.
So it seems pretty mixed, actually.
Here's Nash's to feed.
he follows you in here
Yeah.
every week without fail on the stream.
So everybody's saying insane. I don't know if you're just trolling or like
I
one.
hope they are.
Yeah.
I think
Ah,
This is
come
hardcore.
on.
it does make sense as an event, though. Maybe, right? It's like
We could do that. We could bump it down for a week or two and see how people do it. Give people a chance to catch up on achievements and whatnot, and then if everybody is going crazy, we can bump it back up or something.
cool. All right, let's take some chat questions.
Can you see?
I can.
Do you want me to get you a magnifying glass?
It's all good. I have to at least try to take the chat questions, otherwise I'm just sitting here doing nothing. You guys usually answer all the questions, so I like to make it like I want to be a part of this
All right.
this stream.
Know your role, man.
As he leans out of frame.
Yeah. Can you give us the Reaper as DLC? Ooh, I don't know about that.
I could, but I won't.
Yeah, we actually had a thread going where we talked about doing something similar to that this week, and there was some resistance. So
Why don't the bodies explode anymore?
I don't know. I just saw Pete splatter quite a few people and spray all over his screen, so I would say they definitely explode.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some people talk about like rifle kills, and how the characters kind of flop over when you get a rifle kill.
Oh yeah. Because it just does a ragdoll now instead of.
Oh, people are asking about Pete's T-shirt.
This is a Pete
never
Main
ends.
T-shirt.
Show it to them.
Hold on.
So die here. Oh,
It's a
geez,
grumpy
that's
Grumpy
okay.
Cog.
grumpy cog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't anymore.
He's mad that Sarah has no Chipotle.
One of our QA guys made the design. Ben.
So yeah, I mean, I see people. I don't think they're ever gonna stop asking, but I do see people just at least want to acknowledge it, asking about horde mode. We did talk about last week that unfortunately that's not something that we're gonna be able to add.
Yeah, we tried really hard, and we tried again, and we tried harder, and it went all the way up and went through Microsoft and came all the way back, and just we just don't. It's not feasible. Sorry. And no, we can't just turn stuff off in survival. It won't work the same. It requires a whole bunch of work to make horde work.
Somebody says, when's TU happening? I mean, basically, it's going to come with that last DLC pack. So
Yeah.
we're talking about that next week. So by this time next week, you should have a better sense of when the TU will actually come out as well.
And I have.
Plunk.
Option to turn crosshair on off. Do we have that in the TU? Do we know for sure we're gonna get that in?
It's on the list. I don't think the work has actually been done yet, but it is on the list for the TU. Yeah.
Okay.
That was pretty cool. Little shot there. Shot it through a little gate here. Was not expecting that.
Hold on, evils. Alright.
Okay, we have radio silence here. You need to ask me
Yeah,
a
I'm
question.
sorry. I'll ask you. Do something. Asher needs more power. Boy, I don't know that we're.
Yeah.
That's why I don't ask every question.
I'd have to give it less bullets then. Here we go.
Can
clutch
center
time.
screen firing be removed?
No.
Somebody says fix corpser achievements.
Oh, it's the surprise achievement. I was just gonna. Do we know if that's gonna get fixed or not?
I think it
Still
is.
looking
Yeah.
at it?
I know they were looking at it. I don't know the final resolution on it though, to be
I
honest
don't
with you.
either. As I've said on the phone.
I think you can get it against bots, but not against players, or vice versa.
I
So
don't know about
there's
that.
there's a way to do it right now. It's just not working as intended.
People are asking about flashback maps. I mean, I guess the best thing that we can tell you is to, the next time we're going to talk about maps will be next week.
Yeah.
So we'll have more detail about what we can and can't do map-wise. Carmine. Now people are asking about specific characters. There's no plans for additional characters, right?
I don't know. Is there?
I don't think so. Puppies or kittens?
Puppies.
Wrong.
Kittens.
Zach's
Yes.
right.
Depends on how hungry I am.
Whoa.
Scorcher ammo reduction.
We were just talking about that today. I would like to try it,
Yes.
but again, that's a change we'll have to make universally. So we haven't done it yet because we have to wait for the next TU. But I'm totally down for it if everybody else is.
Why that guy jumped down?
Ooh.
I guess you can kill him from there.
Somebody said a smaller clip or just less ammo in it. they talking about the?
For the Lancer.
Lancer?
That's the Lancer change we were talking about making.
Really wants his flame nades.
Frags are overpowered, especially in FFA.
I don't think they're overpowered. I think there's just too many of them.
Yeah.
The plan is to pull them out of ammo boxes and then make them pickups on maps again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think part of that has probably increased too since we've changed the loadout. Right now, you can be this sort of like one-man army where you've got a Gnasher, a Lancer, you get an ammo box. All of a sudden, you've got 2 frags, and you're just like doing like. It's almost like a free kill, basically, right? Like you can throw 2 frags into an area, get out, Lancer somebody if you didn't kill them, rush them.
Nice.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and again, if we pull frags out, they'll be gone entirely because right now they're nowhere in the game. So we need to wait for the TU to make some changes, and then we can start using them as swaps and making pickups.
I'll Luna spot.
How would you actually know if the gears were...
That guy's
right in
fired.
Did you really just do that?
No, he was firing and somebody ran in front of him. That was awesome.
I hate that. That's like the worst thing ever. Wow. Are you getting rid of 2-piecing? I feel like we've done
6 months ago.
I feel like I was gonna say. I feel like
Several weeks ago.
I feel like we've done a lot on that regard. Any balancing changes planned for Overrun?
I honestly haven't seen a whole lot of feedback there, so as far as I know, everything looks good.
Please send us your feedback if you have specific gripes.
I was just mentioning to Will earlier today that looking at the playlist, the population between Overrun and like TDM is pretty similar in terms of numbers, and those are like our top 2 playlists. But we get very, very little feedback about Overrun. It's like a different group of players. I don't know. I don't think there's a whole lot of crossover there. It seems to be 2 different types of players.
Buff the Corpser.
Buff the Corpser.
We wanted feedback. Is Zach shaking his head? I don't know. I don't use the Corpser usually.
I love the Corpser.
I'll just straight go for.
You just
like,
got to know when to go underground.
Mauler and Cantus, man. Like that's.
Mauler beats it hands down cost-wise. It's better efficiency. So.
See, I always get my ass handed to me when I'm a Mauler, but Corpser I can go because I can just go underground when I need to and heal back up and then come back for more. So
5K and a medic will take you out instantly, so it's risky. That Mauler will just absorb it and then.
Reduce Corpser cost. Lower the health. Done.
Yeah, but then you end up with a bunch.
Any other Overrun feedback while we're talking about that topic? Add more cog to Overrun.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's trying to cross map. It's not gonna happen.
You say that, but it almost hits you in the face.
Is that a dead body?
Yeah.
What other? Is there any other? I know you were looking at stat stuff today. Is there any other interesting thing that?
Trying to think. What was I looking at? Playlist stuff. Not a whole lot has changed there. Overrun and TDM are still neck and neck. Free for all behind that, and survival. Survival actually has seen kind of an
That
uptick in
wombo
terms of
combo
number of
thing.
players, which I thought was kind of cool. Probably because of the DLC, but it was interesting to see that was the playlist that was actually growing in terms of population. So that was good to see, and the changes we made
Seriously, no backup at
seem
Flames?
to have stabilized playlists a little bit in terms of population numbers. So I took that as good feedback. I didn't hear a whole
There
lot
you go.
other than a lot of the more critical complaints stopped coming in after we made the more recent changes.
Somebody in the chat asked about the one-shot room in library. We had talked about in the TU potentially having that room closed for execution. Is that still the plan?
Yeah, it's
Yep,
already
that's
in.
the plan.
We have been testing it, playing it that way internally.
Can you guys change the armor skins in survival to basically so people can use their custom skins?
Well, you can use your custom skins, but they're the blue variant. Of
Yeah, I
that.
think that's what they want. Is not the.
Yeah, we actually had it that way for a while and got a whole lot of complaints because people couldn't tell who was on their team once you had like locust and red skins mixing in together, and it just kind of became chaos. And the clarity of experience was a heck of a lot better when everybody on your team was blue and stayed blue. So even when they were using their custom skins, they could come out and you could see who they were and who needed help and whatnot. So that's why it's set up that way.
More ranked play incentives. Did we get the multiple XP up and running in ranked yet?
Yep, ranked is multiple XP.
Is it 3 X?
Yeah, I think
3
I set it
times?
to triple.
Yeah, it's 3 times what it was, which was already 25% or so more than the standard playlists. We don't have weapon swaps in yet, but that's coming. What else do you guys want to see? What would get you in there? Aside from single objective team-based game type, which is also coming and will be playable in ranked.
Are we considering delaying melee speed?
Doubt it. Maybe. But I haven't been double melee this whole execution game. Or even reverse two-pieced.
Did Pete just admit that exists in the game?
It does exist. It's just not a good move. It's not worth doing. The penalty, especially with the shotgun, it's already slowed down. Shotgun's the only weapon that it's slowed down on.
Come on, Pete, you got 10 seconds to...
It's not me.
Oh,
Is it Nash's?
like a boss.
No, he already got out because he's not very good.
No, I'm leaving it down on that one.
Sorry, Nashes.
Yeah.
I tried. Shots aren't delayed if you melee with a Nasher, Pete. That's the rebuttal from the chat.
Shots aren't delayed. What, this to this? You don't think that's slow? I mean, that way's fast, but this way's slow. Extra slow. Slower than Nash's strafe.
Oh, Jesus. Da, da, da.
I think you should get a penalty when you melee and get shot. Any thoughts on that?
You melee and then get shot? Isn't the penalty that you just got shot?
Any update on the Mauler exploit on Junkyard?
That is fixed in the
That's
next
fixed.
TU.
Okay. And by the way, when we get to the announcements next week around all the content that's coming, part of that is going to be everything that's in the TU list too. So I mean, we know some
And
of
when
these
we say
things.
fixed, we mean in a TU.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll get fixed in the TU, and we'll have that whole list once we have all the other content that we're ready to announce as well. Why is it possible to use 2 shotguns in the dual loadout?
Because it's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Because it provides you no competitive advantage over.
yeah,
Having a
because that
line
was
for-
the quick way to address that, right?
I can
Yeah,
still
we basically
swap
just
it, but-
we basically just replaced the COG pistol with the Nasher.
If you would like to make a terrible loadout, we will let you make a terrible loadout. It's fine with me.
When he says terrible, he means awesome.
Why are stims still in FFA?
Because FFA is for trolling.
Well, I mean, when we did the vote on the forum.